Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Ryan,
And I'm Steve.
and this is a very special episode. You can't see, but behind the camera, we've got a live studio audience behind us tonight. We normally only have the producer, maybe a couple others back there, but we've got the Bourbon Basement is full this evening. And what makes this episode even more special is we have a bottle that's been brought by one of the live studio audience members. Do you care to tell them who that is?
I don't care. Tell him.
Go ahead.
Corey, a longtime friend of the show, friend of us. He's here in the Bourbon Basement tonight, and he's brought his Four Roses limited edition
A 2024.
2024.
It's not Double Eagle very rare, but I guess we'll take this for the time being.
Now, he's the Double Eagle Very Rare guy that Ryan keeps talking to. That
Hey,
says,
you bring it up once. I can't let it go. I'm just saying. We'll get it eventually. I'll go. Everyone in the Bourbon Basement right now is going to go in on the Double Eagle Very Rare, and we'll have a bottle eventually.
Yeah.
We just need to save up for about 11 years apiece, and we might have enough for it.
I'm never going to have that bottle because I can't drink it if it's that expensive.
Well, you would drink it.
It'll have to be gifted by corporation to the Bourbon Basement when we're so successful.
Wait, maybe that could be your retirement from your company in 15 years. Be like, hey, I want this Double Eagle Very Rare.
What'd you get for your retirement?
Yeah.
I do plan my studio audience. Don't be shy. If you have something to say, go ahead and ask the question.
Be over here,
You've probably seen some episodes. Our producer talks real soft, and she's heard on the camera, so you all will be heard too, I'm sure.
It's on the microphone, not the camera.
On the microphone. Thank you, technical genius. And
I got you back. I got you.
anyway, so Four Roses, 2024 limited
edition.
edition, very special bottle. These bottles only come out once a year. They're released every September or every fall. I believe it's in September by Four Roses. There's only a couple ways to get them. We got some issues, technical difficulties. Oh, okay. So anyway, they're hard to get. They're distributed to limited stores, so you're not going to find them everywhere. And then there's a lottery at the distillery that you show up and you can get in that lottery and you can get a special bottle. That's about the only two ways I know you can get it, is to get very lucky and find it.
We didn't have one.
Go to the distillery and get lucky and get one, or buy it on an auction or secondary. And when you do that, you're going to pay a couple $100 more. You're going to pay a couple $100 more. And it's a pretty expensive bottle as it is. I believe MSRP on those. I know the 2025 is $249.99.
That's MSRP.
That's MSRP. So I don't know if you'll get it for that. You won't get it for that secondary. They're going for $350 or $400. So it is another special bottle. 2 weeks in a row, we've had really hard to find bottles.
Very hard to find bottles.
Limited bottles.
Hey, the funny thing about it is another member of the live studio audience back here. Actually, we have 3 bottles of the Old Forester birthday bourbon in the Bourbon Basement right now. Can you believe that? 3 bottles of it.
It was brought today. Brian still a handshake out of that, and I'm going to do a little comparing in another episode or maybe one of my videos. That'd be great.
Which version, which birthday was that?
That's the 2024.
2024.
And we got the 2025. So that one's going to be a sour mash. The 2025 is a sweet mash. Yeah, we'll take the bottles. So you can see
you know how my co-star is about the comparing stuff. So here's your side by side 2024 to 2025.
Blue, orange.
2024 has the orange. Blue is the 2025, and I believe our other 2025 is blue as well.
Yeah,
they're
blue.
Corner. But we got a lot of special bottles in the Bourbon Basement this evening.
So we've been trying to get Corey up here, and he didn't want to join us, but
he said he had to be prepared, and he wasn't prepared.
So there's one thing that he's already prepared, because he just told me upstairs how he got the bottle. Did you want to come up here and
try to come up here and tell stories?
Say how you got the bottle? Hey, Sarah, you can get in there. There's room to
Don't hold your hands up flat, because the camera will start following you.
You missed it.
It's zoomed.
You did that.
How did we zoom it out, right? Do you remember? Just look back.
Yeah, do that, and then
we've turned it into the Corey
zoom it back. Show. This is the second episode in a row that you have messed with the camera. No, you're gonna make it start following you now.
Yeah, I want it to go green, and then I think I need it to do this.
Oh, there we go. Now put your hands down.
All right.
All right. Right in on Corey's face, just right.
Corey,
oh, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything.
You got to zoom it back out. You wanted to highlight our special guest.
Are we gonna have to start the show over? This is a
No.
live show.
All right, that's it. Put your hands down and pretend like it never happens. The camera loves Corey. Yeah, it definitely loves Corey.
All right. Camera loves Corey. So, that's the questions about the bottle. So, I said there's limited ways to get it. How did you acquire the bottle?
So I had a weekend, bachelor weekend, and decided I was getting it. Emailed from Four Roses, and decided, you know what? I'll get up at 2 a.m. Not a big deal. Drive down the road and go to Four Roses, and I think they had 600 bottles
At the distillery?
at the Lawrenceburg distillery. I think they had another 600 at the Cox Creek, somewhere in there. So online, I think they opened at like 6 or 7. I got there at 2:30. Plenty of time, great little hangout spot to talk to some folks. And these bottles were at the distillery $220.
Yeah.
So price increase from last year.
Maybe.
So yeah.
All
So
right.
easy bottle to get.
It's an easy bottle for you.
Easy,
But you had to get up at 2 in the morning. You had to get to the distillery. How was the traffic?
You know the country road that Four Roses is on at 2:30 in the morning. You couldn't have got through there.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody could have got through there. If I needed to leave for some reason, there was no turning around. I
You
was
were
stuck. I was stuck. Yeah.
See, that's one of those commitment things. Once you decide to do it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Full steam.
So, once you can commit and you can get up early and you can go get a limited bottle if you are dedicated.
Dedication, guys.
How far are you
That's what
from the
hunting needs.
distillery?
10 minutes probably.
Oh, see, that's
12
I'm
minutes, 10 minutes.
45, to an hour. I get up at 1 o'clock. Get there at 2:15. There's still 200 people in front of me.
No, you're too anxious. You just don't go to bed. And then once that clock hits about 1 o'clock, you hit the road.
That's right.
And I will say, I don't think they did that this year. 2025 bottles maybe were online. I can't remember.
Really?
They did not do this distillery line thing this year.
Well, I had an Old Forester release that was online, and I called when I was supposed to call. They put me on hold, and then when I got in there about an hour and a half on hold, I got into the shop, and all of them were already sold out. So I don't even know why they just didn't hang up and say they're sold or whatever.
That's the problem
So-
I had with the Woodford Double.
But on yours, I made some notes because I was a little surprised. I don't know what's going on. So
Well,
on
you
here,
got
on this
many-
particular bottle, the 2024 bottle, there was only 16,680 bottles released. So if the distillery had 600 bottles at each one, that means there was less than 500 bottles that went out to the stores.
Now, I don't know if you said this or not, but this is bottle number 16,621. So close to
Okay,
the
so
end of
right
the line.
almost to the end of it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And I'm going to sign this for you today, Corey.
Thank you.
Everyone in the bourbon basement this evening that takes a drink out of this particular bottle is going to be putting their John Hancock on this bottle. So it'll be a
But mine's
collective
going to be the John Hancock.
That's
I
fine.
probably have to sign the back because I'm on. All right.
When we blow
You want
up,
to stay and do the rest of the show with
Might
us?
as well.
All right.
this bottle's going to be worth
Get him a water over there. We got to have a water. Let me get you a Glencairn. You get Doc Crow's. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Until I got these, it wasn't my favorite. All right, now, so a little bit more. If you all tune in to episode 9 of the Bourbon Basement, way back, about a year ago,
I apologize for the quality of those videos.
we did Four Roses. We did more history on the Four Roses. Today, it's just going to be kind of about the yeast strains and how they got the yeast.
I believe
All right?
that video was still when we were recording with my phone, so it's a rough one. It's a real rough one.
But I like those videos.
I mean, you got to start somewhere, folks, and
I like-
we started just about at the bottom.
Anyway, so if you all didn't know, on the Four Roses, Four Roses wasn't Four Roses way back when. Seagram's, right after Prohibition, right in the early 1940s, started buying up distilleries, other distilleries that were closed by Prohibition. All right. So in 1940, they started buying these. They bought 5 different distilleries. Those 5 different distilleries were Henry McKenna, which we've probably heard of, Athertonville, Calvert, Old Lewis, and then Old Prentice. And Old Prentice is what is Four Roses now. So Old Prentice Distillery is Four Roses now. Well, those 5 distilleries, when they purchased them, they purchased the rights to all the mash bills and the yeast strains. So that's how Four Roses got the 5 yeast strains. And then they got the 2 mash bills and that's how they have 10 recipes that they can make from. Now you'll notice the 10 recipes on the single barrels for sure. Up at the top there, you get the recipe, so it's OESO, right?
Yep, so
All right. But
Nice
this
though.
one, this is a single barrel, and I don't have that recipe, which is unusual. So I don't know why. But so you got your OESO. Now all that is the first O on these recipes. The first O is for Old Prentice Distillery. So the first O is for the distillery itself.
I was trying to see if any of our other bottles over there had it, but it doesn't.
They're single barrels usually. The E right there, that's your mash bill. They have a mash bill E and a mash bill B. And on the mash bill, the E is 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5 malted barley, while the B is 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5 malted barley. So you got the distillery, the mash bill. The S just stands for straight bourbon whiskey. All right. And then the other O, that is your yeast strain. And the yeast strains are V, K, O, Q, and F. Doesn't mean anything to us,
But
but
they
each
know.
one of them, it gives a different flavor profile to each bottle that is there.
So to me, all these letters, it's almost a little bit of a marketing problem, right? So to the general consumer, you don't really know like what is this? What is this? It's all confusing, right? But to me, just to simplify things, the OE is the kind of the lower mash bill, the lower rye mash bill. The OBs are the higher rye mash bill. I love the OEs. The OEs, any version of them, they're excellent.
The lower rye, the sweeter kind of mash bill.
Yep.
So that,
I like the sweet one.
and they can do 10 of those.
Right.
So it is a good marketing ploy because a lot of times you want something out of every mash bill, so you, like me, can compare, see which ones you like best. So you say you like the OEs better, but how many OBs did you have to buy before you realized you like the OBs better?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
It's trial and error, folks.
it is.
Trial and error.
And we actually, in our Four Roses episode, we compared 2 single barrels that had different mash bills. And
I don't recommend comparing a bourbon, folks. I've said that 18
we do like to enjoy what we have. Now, I do have what's in this one. I looked it up when you brought it.
That's how it's going to look.
So this one here is made of 4 different recipes, the limited edition, all right? It's made with 12 or 31% 12-year bourbon, which is made with the OBSV, all right? It's made with 23% of a 15-year-old bourbon that is OESV. Then it's made with 39% of a 16-year bourbon, which is the OESF. And then it's made with 7% of a 20-year bourbon, which is OBSV.
Well, this thing's
So-
going to be in depth.
And what he does, the master distiller there, I think his name's Brent Elliott.
Elliott.
Yeah, so good job. So Brent Elliott, he goes through there, and what he does when he's making this particular bottle or the limited edition, he's going through the warehouse, he's checking barrels, he's doing a lot of tasting and putting a lot of stuff together, doing a lot of mixing and blending, trying to find something unique and worthy of this bottle. So,
Can I tell a story?
I'd love
Story
you to tell
time.
a story. Story time with Corey here on the Bourbon Basement.
So the year's 2018. I'm engaged. Really hadn't gotten into bourbon yet. I have a good friend that was a part of the Mellow Moments Club. Are y'all familiar with the Mellow Moments Club?
I am
I'm not.
So Mellow Moments is Four Roses kind of their little club that they have for their enthusiasts.
Okay.
And it's a hard thing to get into. That's a different story.
Another story
I
time.
had a friend that was in the Mellow Moments Club, and so for this annual release every year, they do like a luncheon, and they release it. And if you get picked to go to this luncheon, you can buy a bottle. Well, back in 2018, I went with a good friend of mine, actually the guy that introduced me and Aaron. And he was like, "Hey, I'm not going to buy this bottle. It's $130 at the time." He's like, "Do you want to buy the bottle?" I said, "No, it's kind of silly. Is it really so rare? It's every year. Is it really rare?" And since then, when I started getting into bourbon, this is the bottle I've been looking for ever since. Finally got it last year.
In
It took
2024.
me 6 years to get a bottle of this. That tells you kind of
How hard it is
to
to
find
get.
some of these bottles.
Do you ever look back and wish that you had bought that?
Oh, absolutely.
Every day. He
Yeah.
said, "Oh, it haunts me." I had nightmares about it every evening.
Our next Four Roses episode, Corey's going to come back and tell the story of Mellow
It's hard
Mellow
to get into
moments.
mellow
Mellow
moments. I made mellow moments newer now.
Awesome.
Hey,
That's
Maybe you'll be there tasting it. Well, that's awesome. So this has been going on since 2008.
Yeah. Should add to that story. While I was at the luncheon with my friend,
2018, wasn't it?
18.
18.
You were 18.
yeah.
They've been
Oh.
releasing these since 8.
So while I was at the luncheon, I got to meet Al Young, who's the former master distiller of Four Roses. Also got to meet Brent Elliott. I remember thinking, why are all these people here treating these people like they're superheroes?
Yeah.
Like, what's and now that I'm in the bar, I'm like, oh, Brent Elliott's a good deal,
They are superheroes of taste.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
They have that palate that just makes them a superhero that not many people in the world can do what these master distillers do. And
I could do
it's pretty incredible.
I could do it.
I think I could do it too. I could make a bourbon that somebody liked, but could I make a bourbon that somebody's going to buy all of them and keep looking for them every year?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You give me enough bourbon and enough time, I'm going to do it.
All right. So let's see on my notes here if I missed anything. Like I said,
I
this
can
was.
guarantee you we have.
I'll tell a little story on myself. So me and Corey were talking, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'll bring the limited edition Four Roses." And I was like, "Oh man, that's awesome! I haven't had a bottle. I'd love to try that." And I assumed it was a 2025. So when I did all my research, every bit of my research was on the 2025 bottle. And then when he got here, it's in 2024, and I was like, none of this works. It's totally different. It's a totally different
I
thing.
see how good you actually are.
But this is better. This is better because in my research, I was a little bit worried because told Ryan, I said, Corey's bringing the limited editions to 2025. I said, I didn't see no good reviews on it. I said, what are we going to do? What if we don't like this bourbon? What am I going to do? But the 2024 is supposed to be out of this world. The 2025 was kind of a letdown to everybody. So this one should
Are
be.
they comparing it to this one, though? Because apparently this one's supposed to be out of the
I
world,
think-
and then they were let down where they had.
I think these bourbon people and the ones that do the reviews do compare it to other limited editions.
See, and that's just not what you do, folks.
Well,
It's
see,
not that you're drinking it
Okay,
right.
so this year's bottle was $250. Okay, so the price is going up. They
It's
want to
inflation.
see if the quality's going up. And this year it was kind of a letdown to them. They never said it was a bad bourbon. They said it was a good bourbon, but maybe not at a $250 price point.
You got to think a can of green
And then
beans used to be 70 cents. Now it's
Now, you heard Corey's story and about how hard it was to get this bottle. Can you imagine if this was the first year that you ever got the bottle and it was the 2025 and then it ended up being a disappointment to you? Wouldn't that be sad?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got the 2024 bottle. So let's see. We talked about the recipes. Oh, I'll tell you a little couple of interesting facts before we get to pouring. All right. So
stick with us, folks. We're getting
the this one right here. This is the $19 Four Roses, or under $20 Four Roses. This label is not yellow, but in the old days it used to be a yellow label. They call this the yellow label. Still, I think today it's still called a yellow label. This one is made from barrels out of every recipe of Four Roses. They mix all 10 recipes to make this. So I thought that was interesting. All right. And then have these small batches over here on the shelf. Similar bottle to these. All right. I'll take one here. All right. Thank you. So this is just a small batch. That's the
Thank you to the
select.
live studio audience for helping out with
That's
the,
right. That's a small
handle.
batch select over there. These are made with 4 recipes. They're made with the OBSK, OBSO, OESK, and OESO. So that's all that those are made out of. So they're made of 4. And the limited edition, of course, that's when the master distiller comes and he picks the barrels that he wants. It's that fantastic profile that he's wanting, and that's what he puts out for that. And that's why that's a little bit higher.
Fun facts.
They've been since the 2008. They've been releasing this every year in September. And guess what?
What?
I think it's time
To pour.
I think it's time to pour.
And of course, being that he brought the bottle, we're going to let him pour this evening.
Yes, sir.
But we got quite a few glasses to pour here back here, Corey. We got
hands. Who wants a
every
bottle?
glass.
We got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. We got glasses in the air. Yeah,
Daniel back there, you got your hand up. All right, 4. I see 5.
we need at least
No. Yes. 6. All right, 6.
We need her one.
My producer. Yeah. What I do is I just give it like right.
Or it's your bottle, buddy. You can eyeball it if you want to.
This is this one.
That's for the producer.
She always gets the baby one. Ta-da!
That's for Aaron.
First pour down. Everyone get in line. Come on, bring your stuff up. One at a time, single file.
Just remember, you got to sign the bottle.
You got to sign the bottle if you drink out of it. That's his own rule.
Margaret or Daniel or whoever back there. Leslie. And who else? Who didn't get one? We're waiting on the thing. Where did Ryan go?
I'm coming.
Oh, all right, now it's ours.
Good job.
Tell you what, man, since you're a special guest, I'm gonna go with Crow. You can have the bourbon.
He gets to drink out of
Long glass.
limited edition bourbon basement Glencairns.
I want one of these, by the way.
When we get big
You
enough,
start
we're gonna
mass producing them.
brand our stuff and we're gonna start selling it if y'all are interested in buying it. So just keep that in mind. We need some donations. We need some help though, because stuff ain't cheap nowadays. Inflation, I'm telling you, it comes back to get you. All right, so first off, color of this is fantastic.
It
It's a
is.
very dark mapley color.
But man, the smell's
Oh,
even
bloody.
the smell's even better. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's got good tears.
Yeah, what's the common consensus of the smell back here?
So I have a comment.
I'm in a way.
So I think you should call them legs, not tears. Tears is sad. I don't want to be sad when I'm drinking this.
The legs.
See, I think of tears as memorable.
Like
Memorable.
tears of joy.
Tears
Yes.
of joy.
Memorable.
But I can see where the sadness comes from. So
Okay,
Yeah,
so
That makes us happy.
at least
right.
for this episode, we'll call them legs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll forget
So
to
it's
do it.
not good legs. It's not good legs.
It's running.
I will 100% forget to do it. So at least for this episode, we'll call them legs.
Getting a ton of brown sugar in there right off the bat, and some vanilla, maybe some creamy, like ice cream, vanilla ice cream in there.
I don't know if I've ever smelled a bourbon that is so honey forward.
Yeah,
I get
Very
a
much
lot of
honey.
it.
Yeah.
Honey
Yeah.
is
Brown
definitely
sugar.
in.
Yeah.
What about the honey Kentucky nectar that we had? That was honey forward.
I think this might be more honey forward.
Okay.
Like there was a lot of honey in that one, but I mean this one's in there.
You can just smell that
You
sweetness.
can smell it. It's very rich. You can tell this is a quality bourbon.
Yeah.
This is a dessert bourbon for sure. I can tell you,
Dessert,
if it's anything based on the smell, this is going to be a desserty one, which I'm a fan of. I like the sweet ones. I'm all for it.
Apple.
I get apple too. Little studio member
I
back
got
there.
kind of some citrus fruit.
yeah.
That.
Citrus.
Mhm.
So once we've given our
Man.
reviews, I want to read the back of the bottle too. It tells us kind of what we should be getting. So we'll compare that.
Okay. What we say, and
I
then
definitely get that citrus brown sugar. You can taste the oak in it.
Yeah.
Tell it's got some age to it.
yes, and there's
Yeah.
20-year bottles in here, 20-year barrels.
7% of it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but then you went to 16 and 15,
This bottle's got some age to it overall.
and that's what Master Distiller Elliot Brent.
Yeah.
That's what Brent looked for. He looked for the old barrels, and that's what he puts
You can
in
taste
these.
the barrel.
These. Yeah, you taste that old oak.
All right, I've done my 2 acclamations. So whenever y'all are done with your acclamations,
You can do it anytime. We'll just
What's
What?
what's the
go for my third.
yeah,
What's
you can
the
go for
proof
it.
That's a great question.
It's 109 proof.
108.2.
108.2.
If I did my math right.
You did it correct.
And one of us is good at math. Man, I would have been able to do it.
Oh, yeah, I think this year's is 109.
No, I forgot to carry the 1. You're right. See, I would have been up here at like 113, 14, 15. I'd have got there eventually. It's taking me 30 minutes.
I'm good and acclimated too that there's no more burn. There wasn't a lot of burn to begin with.
No, this is a very smooth one. 8 points.
Sorry. It is a silky smooth drink.
I'm excited to actually get into this and actually start trying to like dissect this bad boy. Are you ready? Is that your third? We can't all do it at the same time. So go ahead, Corey. I'll talk while.
But you were doing it a long time ago.
No, I just said I was done with the
well,
acclamations.
you get toasted marshmallows.
You're coming in there quick, produce with the toasted marshmallows. Toasted
What
marshmallows.
sip are you on?
The third one.
I get a little bit of those spices. I get a dry note there. I can feel my cheeks kind of sucking in just a little bit. Um, I'm trying to look for those smells that I had. And I'm not getting a whole lot of that brown sugar, and that's what I was kind of craving, that brown sugar. But I am getting a lot of. I still get that sweet honey taste,
Boy, the honey is still there.
and you get that. You still get the oakiness of the barrels, a little bit of smokiness in there.
I taste a lot more spice on the palate versus the brown sugar on the nose. Yeah, it's very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
I don't know.
Since you
Mine's
said
still-
that, let
I
me,
mean, mine's still sticking real sweet, guys. I'm getting that honey straight up and forward. I get the brown sugar notes. I get the citrus in the palate that I didn't get on the nose that you all were kind of getting a hint of. I don't get no toasted marshmallow.
Yes, spot on. Toasted marshmallow.
I don't get toasted marshmallow. I do like how much of the smokiness you actually get though. You taste the barrel, you taste all the you get it comes in layers, and I say that a lot about a lot of bourbons. It comes in layers. You get the sweetness, you get the smokiness, you get a little bit, and I mean just a hair on my palate of the spices. But I mean it's not it's kind of like on the back end, and then it gets covered over almost immediately by more sweetness on the back end. More like a cakey vanilla sweetness, like you were saying that you got in the nose.
we're looking at the mashes here. It's got about 38% of the B, which we said was the rye forward.
I think it's 25% rye.
Yeah, so it's got a lot more, but it's got a lot more of the sweetness, and I think that's pulling through with the fruitiness that you get. Kind of got that
Green apple.
green apple.
Green apple.
You get green apple.
Oak and pepper from old Vappy Wampinkle. I still love that name. That's my favorite. That's my favorite name.
That's smoke and pepper. He's right here in the studio audience
It's like,
today.
we need to be doing this screen, I believe. Well, it'll be a little bit smaller, but we need to be on this screen or taste. Oak and pepper. I definitely get the oak. I mean, just tiny bit of like cooking spice there at the end. But then, like I said, that vanilla comes in on the back end of it, kind of covers it up. Be honest with you, I don't know if I want to water this down.
I got mine down to where I'm going to put a little bit of water in it and try it.
I don't know if I want to.
Only because of the dry feeling.
I don't get any dry notes. I don't get it.
I get it. It's sucking my cheeks in a little bit, and I mean I've had some drier. But this one is. If this one's going in there, is it the rye that does that? You say? Does anybody? You've got too much to put water in. I ain't gonna let you. All right. So, did you talk about it? What you got to sell?
So to me, on the nose, this is a brown sugar bomb. It smells so good. It's not my. You can tell it is a quality palate. It's not my favorite palate though.
Really?
It is the toasted marshmallow, green apple. I think there's a great ways to describe it. It's not enough sweetness on the palate for me. Again, you can tell it's a quality bourbon.
Yeah.
And I'm not let down by it. It's just not my favorite.
I guess my
the best way to that was a very. Have you done this before?
Yeah,
Have you been practicing?
he said he
your
wasn't
basement?
prepared. He's been in front of the mirror at home, just like, all right.
You like a professional already?
I think he's going to replace me on the show. I'll end up being literally just the technical producer at that point.
Well, without the water, I like what you said about the brown sugar bomb with the nose. I get creamy vanilla with the nose. I get brown sugar with the nose. Get some of that oak and smoke. But with my taste, I get more. I do get the creamy vanilla. I get a lot of honey. I lose that brown sugar, so I lose that sweetness, that brown sugar sweetness I'm looking for. But I get the oaky barrel and the smokiness there.
I
To me,
love that. Because you're able to get sweetness and oakiness out of the same
Yes.
thing. I love
and this is kind of a bourbon that I would go for. This is really hitting my palate well. The only thing that's kind of getting me weirded right now is the dryness, because it's like it's hard for me to talk. It seems like I'm going to bite my cheeks right now. So I'm just not used to something being that dry. But I did add a little bit of water, and while Ryan's talking about it, I'm going to drink this.
I kind of already talked about
Let me say this.
Okay.
So I think from a proof standpoint, I think this is almost a perfect proof point for a quality bourbon. Not too hot, not the kind of the 90 proof that the birthday bourbons are in. I think it's an excellent proof point. I don't know this is a beginner bourbon necessarily, but this is definitely an easier drink.
He is a professional. He's already talking about the beginner status and
I
everything.
think if you get up there, if you don't know, if you're not a bourbon fan and you're trying to get into it, I would never start out with a bottle like this. Not because it's not good, For one, it's so expensive. I mean, if you're just rich, I guess go ahead. But it's so expensive that, and it's so good. You're never gonna want to drink like lesser bottles. You're never going to drink just a regular Maker's Mark or a regular Jim Beam
That was his mistake.
because you're going to get spoiled by what you're tasting here. So those bigger, expensive bottles, they don't always mean better. In most cases, they do, and there's a reason that they're better. Well, we got a comment.
We got not for a beginner. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. Basically what we just said.
Not for a beginner. 108.2 proof.
I'd like to prove
It's not, a stag that's 120 something
That's it.
that's hot. It's enjoyable.
it is enjoyable, and it's not 90.
Right.
It's not 90. I like 100 above proof. It gives a lot of light.
The problem with the 90 proof bourbon, sure they're good, but I might drink it like it's beer. It just turns down.
Yeah, it's just so
It's
easy.
easy to
It's easy to drink. Well, this one too is at 108. It's still easy to drink.
Yeah.
All right,
Buddy, I'm
did you say you had done it? Yeah, you've already talked about it.
pretty sure.
God, I miss it. So with the water, guys, it made it sweeter at the beginning. I think it did take some of that dryness out of it, but at the end, it made it spicier. It had a little bit more spices at the end. Do you want to try with water? Anybody else want to try?
Anyone trying with water? I know we got one over here with water.
All right, so are we ready to rate this? It's only been we made a quick episode.
Let me read this before we rate
Okay,
it.
read this.
I was about to say we still got that, and then 3 ratings to do, plus a common consensus for the studio audience.
Bottle size.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing that live. We're doing that live.
All right, so this says on the back of the bottle, it says vibrant, bright, unique. This 2024 limited edition release is a symphony of lively flavors that captivates the senses with every sip. Creamy vanilla, where that
Check.
vanilla was mentioned, honey and brown sugar
Check.
on the nose are followed by the flavors of ripe berries, tangy citrus on the palate,
Citrus. Check.
intertwined with herbal notes and forward with signature mellow spice to balance out the layers of complexity and sweetness with a delicate finish. Pour that's ready to savor and enjoy.
I promise you guys, we were not looking at the bottle while we were tasting it. That's
Well,
just
I
what
mean,
you
we
pulled
hit
out.
most of those except maybe
No,
the floral notes,
Yeah,
herbal,
we got
floral, whatever it said, the herbal notes in there. But yeah, we hit most of them. So I mean, that's with the water. He didn't like it with the water. I didn't mind it with the water. It just didn't change it enough for me to drink it with water.
this would be a neat one for me. I didn't try it with the water. I didn't care to try it with water. I wasn't going to water it down anymore. This would be a neat one for me 100% of the time. No rocks, no nothing like that. What about you?
Yeah. But at
Neat.
the end, it does make it spicy.
Neat.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You doing neat?
I'm doing neat.
So I think the common consensus between everyone in here is this is a neat drinker. We put this on the rocks. It's not a high enough proof to actually. It's like he was saying, it's a very good solid proof that it's not too hot where you have to water it down or you're gonna burn your insides out or anything like that. So I think if you were to try this, I definitely recommend doing it neat.
Now, so let me ask. So I know how I do here in the Bourbon Basement. I get some bottles that are probably not the most affordable. I try them once. I empty the bottle. Even I like it. I mean, there's an Okie over there. Those bottles are gone. There's several bottles that I paid more than $200. But I don't know that I would go buy it again.
Oh, we
To
would buy an
do it.
Okie again.
To do it again. Well, they don't.
That Okie, that
But
buff
that
turkey,
was
we
a
would do
buff.
that again.
That was a buff turkey.
We would do
so
that
that's
again.
special.
100%.
Would you are you going to try to get some more of these bottles?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think, and I'll say this: when we left the Bourbon Basin the last time we were here, I thought, man, the one thing the Bourbon Basin needs is more Four Roses. Things about what I think Four Roses is one of the underrated distilleries that's out there. Their single barrel shanks are excellent. Again, this year it's not my favorite. It's still a quality bourbon. I would definitely hunt other years and pay for them at
Nice.
MSRP.
Well, there you go. So
The 2 bottles that we did that we were talking about earlier, the earlier episode that we did of Roses, those bottles were fantastic.
they were private select single barrels.
Private
I got
select
at the distillery.
They
They were a little bit over $100 each at the distillery. These are just your single barrels that's coming out now. They're giving you the recipe, so I guess you could buy all 10 and try all 10 to see which one you really, really like. But remember, your small batches and stuff, they're made with 4 recipes. And then this one here is made with all 10. So that's something that you got to look at too. They can
A
do
very diverse selection.
well, they can do so much, and it all started way back, right after Prohibition. They seen a way to, I guess, attack, and get some stuff. So they did. And then, of course, in the history of it, if you go back and watch that episode 9, you'll find out what all the things transpired for them to get where they are today. But because Seagram's doesn't own them no more, it's a Japanese company. They went overseas. It wasn't even sold in America, and then they got it back. And who was the guy that you talked to before Elliot?
Al Young. And he, rest in peace, he passed away probably in 2020, 21. He was an old guy.
How long was he the master distiller?
A long time. And he was still sharp. He spoke on stage.
He might have been the one that got this back
Maybe. Yep.
to America.
Don't quote us on that.
It's in the episode, but I'm not good with names. I don't even know who this is over here right now. I asked my wife later. But
That guy,
that guy I do the show with, that guy,
big co-star, this guy over here.
Tall one.
the tall one. All right. So let's give us some ratings. Anybody in the audience would start?
Scale from 1 to 10, we do apparently accept decibels because he started that one day and we've done it ever since. So
And it's the easier way to do it. You can distinguish.
8.2.
8.2.
8.2. All right. Anyone else?
0.
What you got?
0.0.
Nuh-uh. 8.0.
All right. 8.0. 8.2. Anyone else? 7.8. 7.8. 7.5. 8. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. So start left to right.
Yeah.
Right
The
to left.
producer and I have been pretty much spot on for about a month now, except for one bottle. I had it as an 8 even.
8 even. What you got on it?
So when I think about a rating, price has always got to be a factor in it. I think for a $220 bottle, I give it an 8. If it was a $100 bottle, I'd say 9.5.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely.
But for $220, there's a lot of bourbon out there that you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a horrible way to look at it. That's what I've been trying to explain. It's a horrible way to look at it.
We look at it.
Yeah.
great.
No.
He looks at it.
Horrible way to look at it. And I don't care what any of you all back here say. It's a horrible way to look at it. So I'm going to rank just this price, beginner friendly, everything included. So beginner friendly, no. Price wise, drinkability wise, probably beginner friendly, but you're not, like we said earlier, you're not going to get this bottle when you're a
Or
beginner.
you shouldn't.
Unless you're just loaded. And if you're that loaded, we do accept donations. I'm just saying.
You shouldn't drop $250 on a bottle with no experience because you're probably only going to taste alcohol at the beginning. Start with the lower one. Start with the $20 to $30 bottle,
Anyone else want to more?
and go from there if you're a beginner, and work your way up to those big ones. When you start drawing a lot of flavors out of Maker's Mark, and you can taste that what wheat does to bourbon. You can taste the sweetness that happens there, and you start getting acclimated to that burn. Then go ahead and step up to a $60 bottle, and then a $100 bottle, and then if you want to go higher, go higher. If not, find that $60 bottle that you love and continue to drink that.
Can I finish?
No. Go ahead.
All right, back to my ranking. So not beginner friendly. We went over that. The color of it was absolutely amazing. I love the dark mapley color of it. The legs or tiers were fantastic. It was very, very rich, very thick, and I do like that in a bourbon. The taste was very sweet for me. A lot of these guys were getting dry and more spicy notes on the palate, but the smell was extremely sweet. You get honey, you get brown sugars, you get toasted marshmallow, which I still didn't get. Kind of wish that I would, but maybe if I have another sip, I'll
Fire bourbon.
hunt a little more. Yeah, hunt a little more for that. You do get the oakiness from the barrel, which I really do love in a bourbon. It shows the age and it shows the quality of it, like he said a few times. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think that this is more of a desserty bourbon and a sweet bourbon on the palate, and that's ones that I actually really enjoy. So I think I'm giving it like an 8.7.
8.7. Good. The highest ranking today.
Nice.
So 8,
8.
8.7. The bottle, guys. I didn't mention this. I usually talk about the bottles. This is a cool bottle.
It's sleek.
All 4 roses has the 4 roses emblem right there. This is a bottle that's easy to pour. It's got a beautiful cork. It would look very good for a collector sitting on their shelf.
It's going to look even better with all of our signatures on it.
And this one will look good empty someday. on Corey's shelf.
Yeah.
Empty with all the Bourbon Basement live studio audience included, signatures on it. Everyone that tried this bourbon this evening is going to have their signature on that bottle. We appreciate Corey bringing this bottle and sharing it with us. Very
Thank you very
enjoyable.
much.
Very happy.
I don't know if we would have had the opportunity to try it otherwise. And maybe not, don't let the fingerprints get in the way. Are we wanting to do all of these signatures live, or are we just going to do our couple? No, so just our couple here on the live show, and then we'll let everyone else sign it that tried it afterwards off camera here. But once again, thank you so much to Corey and his significant other for bringing this bottle for all of us to try and enjoy together. Thank you all so much for giving us a little bit of time out of your evening and supporting the Bourbon Basement. And always, we enjoy starting the weekends off. We enjoy starting the weekends off in the world. You should have just put TBB instead of
The
the Bourbon.
Bourbon Basement, Steve Farrell. Sign your name.
This is good. This is going to be the ugliest signature on here, and I do apologize ahead of time.
And wherever he was in the outro,
All right, the signatures are on there, guys. You probably can't see them there on camera, but the Bourbon Basement host and co-host have signed that. Appreciate Corey getting up here, stepping out of his comfort zone a little bit, and sharing the show with us.
hey, you
Sharing
did
the stage.
awesome though.
I think that he's actually going to end up taking my place here, so I might need to look. I'm available for job openings if anyone has a podcast about bourbon.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you, sir. Always fun. Once again, guys, appreciate you all giving us a little bit of time and kicking your weekend off right. Hopefully, you all did go on to enjoy the show as always. We enjoy spending the Friday evenings with you all, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All that being said, guys, why drink alone?
And you can drink with us.
Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all next Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again,
Group hug?
yeah, group hug. All right, okay. Disappeared. Kids. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Before we lose the entire show, let's go. All right. Bye-bye.